Dasha's on the radio. Did your boot stop working? Did your truck break down? That was on one of my playlists. I say, did your wings break down? Did your spaceship break down? Or are your wings not working? Did your spaceship break down? Okay, so the title, we have Walls of Jericho, Ember Drive. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about that. 2008. It's a song by Corey Taylor and Walls of Jericho. They also redid House of the Rising Sun on this CD, and it's awesome. The album's called Redemption. No Saving Me is one, and then on the other one is My Last Stand, and I like that because some people can't be saved. We tried, right? We gave them how many chances? That's all you're hearing in the readings are about how a runner or a karmic might come back and don't take them. And, you know, they had all their chances. Chances are up. You know, if you're going to be dumb enough to take the old things back, then you are going to forfeit your leveling up. And I'm not willing to do that. This is my last stand, and I'm not willing to do that. So this is a really good old, but I said everything's been already written, everything's already been prophesized. So when we say something's old, it's really just for the future, and the future is now. So Redemption is the album, and I wanted to read a little bit of this. The lyrics for Ember Drive go like this. The tears come strong again. I wasn't ready for your time to end. I swear I'd tear the world apart to save you. I think about that day. I'll do anything to forget the pain. When the skies burned and the flowers died in May. I can't do this without you. If I could hold you one more time, I'd never let you go. I can't do this without you. If I could tell you one more time that I love you. I close my eyes, I see your face. I hold you in my heart. Angel, you're my guardian. I sing this song so you'll live on forever. Like a storm that rages on a woman that would not back down. The day you left will always burn inside my soul. I can't do this without you. If I could hold you one more time, I'd never let you go. You know, and we tried. Just like the song that I say plays all the time. I'm a little bit hurt, but a lot more free. We got Tom Petty, Don't Back Down. You know, all these songs. And that's how I live my life, is through music. You would think I was some super rock star, wouldn't you? But I'm just Miss Mystic. So anyway, Ember Drive lyrics, Walls of Jericho. Check this all out. I really love it. And then I want another shout out to... I wanted to shout out, and then I went blank. I wanted to shout out to Suzanne and Anthony, and thank you for the pet project donations. The title, the thumbnail is a picture of some pet food, and I got a bunch of other stuff, cat litter and dry and wet food. I love to feed the animals, as you know, anything, birds, raccoons, dogs, cats. I got to quick say hi to Jake. You can come out with me, but I'm right in the middle of a live presentation. So I'm just going to say hi to Jake, and they can all see Jake. We're talking about pets too, how we love to feed the animals. So perfect. Good to see you. Bye bye. Bye bye, Jake. So that was a live view of Jake, our doggy friend. I have to say hi to him every day when I see him. Okay, so the pet project is also going to be my project when I go quantum to my redemption appointment whenever I get there. But as I told you guys, you can't wait until the redemption appointment comes. You have to live every day in the moment. So you have to live today as, what can I do today? So that's why I put that in my description box, because I'm starting today, whatever. I'm starting now, and I'm going to let it all play out. Now, if I do go to quantum, then I go to quantum. It's kind of like if you were at a job and you were a supervisor. Well, you would get a supervisor paycheck and you would do things according to that paycheck. Well, they decide to make you a manager, you get a bigger paycheck. You may want to get a better car, a better house, right? But you don't stop being a supervisor because you want to be a manager. So my point is that I want you guys to be doing your project as much as you can with what you have now. I want and not only the project, okay, like pets project, right? But also, do you want to start a YouTube channel? Do you want to be a tarot energy reader, or are you? Are you a healer? The Rife system, right? Where I went to Norco and went to the system. Do you want to get into that? What are your goals, right? We don't say what are our 5-10 year goals anymore. We simply just say, what's our project want to be? Because we're going into a quantum system and they want to know your project, right? So it's a humanitarian project is what it's called, to be exact. But we can't sit around and wait to become manager. We have to act in supervisor mode first. Now, romance flipped out in the reverse out of the Nordic light deck. And I want to shout out to Angel too, because she was gone for about 7 weeks from readings and now she's back. So you might want to check out her channel, The Nordic Light. She's from Sweden and her name's Angel. But this is her deck, and romance fell out in the reverse. And that's another thing too, we're not waiting around for our partner either. We're not waiting around. If we want to dye our hair, we don't want to dye our hair. We want to wear tank tops and mini skirts, then that's what we wear. We don't wait around for our partner to come in and get an okay from him. Our partner will be our business partner or our business and love partner or our twin flame. Whoever our partner is going to be, they're going to just love you the way you are, and they're going to let you be you. And that's what we need. That's that equal give and take, the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so we have rebirth and romance and peace and sensitivity, okay? So we're having a rebirth. That's what we're kind of waiting for, right? We're waiting for this rebirth. That's why I'm trying to get you to understand that it's about living in the now. That's why I had the pet project put on the description board, but it wasn't there until just a few days ago. But I've been doing it for a long time. So why wasn't it there? Because they didn't tell me to do it until now. They're getting me prepared one step at a time to go to my appointment and explain to them my project. Okay? We have peace and sensitivity. So if it doesn't give you peace, you walk away. That was the Four of Wands. Remember when I said if it doesn't bring you that peaceful, easy feeling, walk away. And the sensitivity card, I'm not feeling it in a negative form. I'm feeling it in the form of like intuition, like if something feels right. You go to the park and feel so peaceful, right? You go to that same park the next week and you feel really tense. You feel like somebody's going to come in with a gun and shoot everybody. Well, then you probably should get in your car and go because it's probably your intuition telling you that something's going to happen. Now, say, oh, that's bullshit, Becky. Well, you know what? Then stay there and get shot. Okay? That's all I'm going to say because I know too well about listening to my intuition. Okay, so we're going to pick a couple more from Nordic Deck. I'm a sucker for you. Okay, good vibes, good vibes. That reminds me of Shabuzi, Good News, that song. That was great. Was cranking that out this morning. Okay, spiritual. Everything's got to be spiritual. You know, when I feed the animals, they're my spirit guides, and they're here protecting me, and they're here being my spirit guides. Well, they're human too, and they have to eat. And what I mean by that is they're in an avatar. They're in an avatar and they have to eat and they have to be taken care of. They have to be spayed and neutered, and I don't really like to have to spay and neuter animals, but you have to here because otherwise they'd be having I think kittens have like 5 to 10 kittens every 3 4 months or something. I don't know, but it's a lot. So you have to get them spayed and neutered. Now, I'm not used to that because in other planets we don't do that. I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on here with that, but it's kind of weird. That's why they got deer hunting, right? I don't like killing deers. I know a lot of you are hunters, right? You go out hunting turkeys and deer season and you know, elk season and all that. But it's like I don't want to hunt unless I'm hungry, right? But then you got to look at the other side of it and you got to say, well, this overpopulation is crazy. How can you have like a stray cat can have like what is that? Like 50 cats running around the neighborhood, one single female in a year? Something's got to be fixed there. I don't know what it is, and I'm not here to solve it because I'm pretty sure in the new earth it ain't anything like this. So I'm not going to get into all that, but that's mind blowing. Okay, we're going through a transformation into that 4D, but we're not there yet. So that's where that confusion comes in with me because I'm just like, I'm not gonna. There was a lady in the area that took all the stray cats and she got funding and she got them all spayed and neutered and then they'd clip their ear so that you knew that they were spayed and neutered and then she let them back out. Susan Pike, and she stopped doing it. I don't know if she got unfunded or she had to move or whatever. So now all the cats that are running around here, they get pregnant, as I told you, 3 4 times a year and then they're all stray cats. So, and that's everywhere, it's not just my little community. So, I don't know. But anyway, my pet project is my pet project, and that's what we're doing. And until we go quantum, we have to stay in the moment. We're right here, right now, taking care of the animal that's right in front of me, which you just saw Jake the doggy, which I don't have to take care of him because he has a mommy. But I got a kitty right here, and Fluffy was at the door earlier. Sabbath and Thunderbuck, they were all outside. Silver Bullet. So, okay, let's do a reading. We got the King of Cups. It's all about love, and that's how I feel. I feel like the King of Cups. What's feeling that is the Queen of Pentacles. Yep, that's me. That's my energy, 100%. And I hope you're there with me. Queen of Pentacles and King of Cups. That would be me, 100%. Lots of love, sitting there, serene, meditating, right? Full of love, got everything we need. She's sitting there meditating, her eyes are closed. I'm drawn to both of their eyes are closed. You know, we look at cards and we read the energy. That's why every time we look at cards, we say something different. I have never mentioned once with this deck about how they have their eyes closed. So just that peaceful, easy feeling, and that came up in the Nordic deck too, about if it doesn't have that peaceful, easy feeling, then it's not for you. Okay? What brings me peace is getting up in the morning and being able to spend time taking care of the animals. Speaking of, right? I see a animal right there. So that's what gives me peace and serenity. Now we can put that into everything: a car, a job, a significant other, anything, okay? It can be put into. Under the Queen of Pentacles is the Hanged Man, which means to get a new perspective, do new things, new perspective. So you have everything you need to do it, and you have everything you need to do it right now. Right now, you have the time to do it. It's My Life, Bon Jovi. I'm hearing that. King of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, the Hanged Man. Okay, that's going to be the overall energy. Top of the deck, we've got the Six of Pentacles. I just mentioned that earlier about that equal give and take. If it doesn't give you a equal give and take, it's not for you. Judgment has been called. And what do I mean by judgment has been called? Well, in Astro, we've been working on a lot of things. And one of the things we've been working on is our soul contracts and rearranging them, right? So for those of you that do remember Astro, we've went to a new level. We've went to a new timeline again. Remember, there's all different timelines, there's all different dimensions, there's all different levels in them dimensions, there's multi-universes. This doesn't have to be overwhelming, but you have to get the kindergarten version of what I'm trying to say. So if you're everywhere doing everything at the same time, then the only time you really should be worrying about is the moment, the right now moment. Judgment has been called, and you're right where you're supposed to be. So if you're here, remember the bridge analogy? You're here trailing behind, then you have the people on the bridge, and then you have the people that are crossed over the bridge onto the land. It doesn't matter where you're at in that row, we're all the same collective. Okay? Judgment's been called. It's kind of like the soul contracts are now like they're not sealed, but they're shut, right? It's like the book is shut, and now you're playing this part out. People in this role, right, will fall. Those are the people that we rewrite our contract with. So let's say I'm up front with somebody and that person falls off. Ooh, temptation. Decided to go start drinking and using drugs and banging in the parking lot. Okay, so that person went off over here. I'm still up front, but I still would like to have my partner with me up here. So I go to my Akashic records, I go to my soul contract, and I rewrite it. And then the person right here comes up here, and then we start walking together. So that's a kindergarten version of it, but it's a version of it. We have the Ten of Cups on the bottom screaming, yes, yes, that's so right. So Ten of Cups, you know what Ten of Cups is. It sounds fantasy, just like I was sounding fantasy. Elda Nova, life is a fantasy. Can you live this fantasy life? But it's really real. And I loved what CCC Reading said yesterday. He said that, so I'm standing corrected, when I talk about being fragments of Mary Magdalene, fragments of Joan of Arc, really if you are one of them biblical characters and you went to a regression, let's say, and they told you, yeah, you're doubting Thomas. Yeah, you're Martha. Do you know that in your past life you were King Melchizedek? Oh my God, did you know that? Did you know you were King Arthur? Okay, well, you're really playing that role in all your dimensions. You're just in different avatars doing different movies. So I kind of stand corrected when I said fragments because that was just my way of explaining it. And I'm not really wrong in the way I'm saying it because it is fragments, but it's not. And that's why I told Ishmael, I said, I just love how you answer questions because it's so hard for me to explain things when we're on all different dimensions at the same time in all different universes. And he just laughs at me. And, I said, I'm working on it. I'm working on it because in Astro, it's a lot different to teach. I'm an ascended master teacher in Astro, and it's a lot different to teach there than it is here. So I commend him so much. And he is live tonight, 6 o'clock Pacific. So if you can tune into him, go ahead. Sometimes I miss the live and I rewatch it the next day because I'm in Astro. So anyway, back to judgment has been called. Okay, we're on this new phase. And it's all about our destiny, the star card, just what I said. So everything I just said backed up, and I love that because it makes me be able to just go, thank you, because it is hard to explain destiny. It's hard to explain this stuff, and that's why I love his books also, because they really explain. He's got such a gift of explaining on a level that we're at in this realm. Okay, so we've got Knight of Swords. Get going, get busy. See how he's running? He's not walking to his motorcycle, he's running. And he definitely has his gear on the back. And a motorcycle just drove by. I don't know if you heard it, but so that's perfect. And the gear on the back, I'm drawn to that because remember when I said a few videos ago, you do have a target on your back because you are a chosen one and you are going to finish this mission. So I said to you, you have a target on your back, right? Well, he's got his gear on his back. He's got his, he looks pretty good, don't he? He's a white hat. So we'll go ahead and wrap this up with a favorable outcome, the sun. See, everything's going to work out just fine. We've already won. We have to play out this movie. But the moral of the story is definitely the thumbnail and the title. Okay? The Walls of Jericho. Very, very important. That whole Redemption album, that whole 2008 vibe, that whole warning. They were warning us, Phil Collins in the night is playing, and this is a song that Wano Savin put on one of his videos, and I heard this song playing, so I clicked it on, and he was playing it in his pickup truck driving on his farm, and he was recording a message, and it was mind-blowing, and that's how I got to know him, was through this song. I heard him playing it in his truck. I'd love to see him again. So anyway, I don't follow all these people anymore. If I followed all these people, I would never ever have any free time. So again, another thing for you. We have to be ourselves, live in the moment, be authentic, be ourselves, and start your project now. Even if it's little like mine, just buying canned food for the cats outside, right? Eventually, it's going to be a pet sanctuary in a castle or whatever the project ends up being. Remember, you can have your manifestations, but don't plan the outcome because it might be far better. Every time I manifest something, they always say in my ear, or much better. And Steve's love tarot, I got to mention him, right? He says if you're going to shoot for the moon, then shoot for Mars. If you're going to shoot for Mars, shoot for Jupiter. Shoot for past what you really want, because you just might get it. The Sun, the best card I can pull. Favorable outcome, happiest card in the deck. And under the Ten of Cups is the Page of Cups, just means action. Everything I just said, you got to stay in today and do it now. Don't be waiting for the partner. Don't be waiting for the redemption appointment. King of Swords, he is coming in. He's just a little slow. He's still sitting, see? He loves to sit. That bird, I'm drawn to the bird on top of his head. That bird is going to peck him in the head if he don't get up and get going. And they have really sharp beaks. That's going to hurt. Okay, I love you guys. Thank you for listening. I am Miss Mystic.